So it used to be like before Joe Biden was president that Supreme Court justices were allowed to write opinions because that's how the system works. Now we're going to take you to Alexandria, Virginia, outside Justice Samuel Alito's house to show you what it looks like when you write an opinion the mob doesn't like. Those are live pictures. Jason Whitlock has been watching all of this.
Everybody who thinks that they can tell someone
that
they don't have.
So let's turn that off. It's too much. Jason Whitlock, host of Fearless. I appreciate your coming on tonight. It pains me even to put stuff like that on television, but people should see, what this actually looks like.
Tucker, I'm a mix of emotions right now. I'm honored that you would have me on a topic this important. I'm enraged after watching your monologue and the way you captured and framed everything. Looking at the behavior of these people is sickening. But I'm also a bit optimistic and joyful that they've unmasked themselves and shown their wickedness and their evilness and their hostility towards God and a biblical worldview to the point that it now has to be publicly addressed that we're in a battle of good versus evil. This is a spiritual war that we're in. There is a war on God. It's not an attack on Donald Trump. It's not an attack on Tucker Carlson. It's not an attack on Jason Whitlock. It's an attack on God and the truth. And I'm joyful because this reminds me, even though I didn't live in this era, but there was a pivot point where people were so grossed out by what they saw in the 1960s from racist bigots that beating Christian people on bridges and protests and things like that, that people had to wake up and say, that's evil and I don't want to be associated with it. Looking at what we're doing to Supreme Court justices, looking at the way churches and Christians are being attacked, that's a level of evilness that people should be repulsed by and say, I don't want to be associated with this. What is wrong with these people?
Yeah, especially since, Christians, and many Christians don't live up to the standard. None of them live up to the standard, but, there are some bad Christians out there. But as a group, there's no kinder group. It's so strange, and no group more committed to nonviolence. So it's kind of strange to see them as the boogeyman, right?
Tucker, you captured everything. There's a fundamental misunderstanding of what has made America great. We've demonized the founding fathers and the founding documents. We've demonized them for the biblical principles that are in those founding documents, the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Those biblical founding pieces are why we ended slavery, why we ended Jim Crow, why we passed a civil rights, why women got the right to vote, why it's been a force for good and improvement. And these people want to tear it down and uproot the Constitution that saved us and made America live up to ideas that made this country great and the envy of the world. This is wicked. This is a level of wickedness I don't think we've ever seen in America. And I say that, and I know that we've had slavery and other levels, but those people, our founding fathers, read the Declaration of Independence. They knew slavery was wrong.
Yeah, they did. I hope we pull back from this, and I agree with you. It is wicked. Jason Whitlock, great to see you tonight. Thank you.